Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Make sure you comment and let me know that you are on. Good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Make sure you comment and let me know that you are on and that you can hear me clearly. Good evening. Make sure you share this to your page. This is going to be a fire night this evening. Good evening, good afternoon, good evening, good evening. Hello, hello, loud and clear. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Make sure you share this on your page because this is going to be something that you are going to want to go back and listen to. I promise you, you're going to want to share this information with your friends and family. We are going to dig deep this evening with some healing. And as we do, we know self-care doesn't come without the healing. So make sure that you share this on your page because it is so important. It will, I promise you, it would be something that you're going to want to go back and listen to. So make sure you comment and let me know that you are on and you are joining us in this conversation that we are about to have. I will start in another minute. I'll give it another minute so people can jump on. You can share this to your page. We are doing some amazing things in our healing circles and just making sure that we show up for each other. So this is my way of showing up for you. So I want to make sure that you show up for yourself and others, if possible, if that is within your boundaries to be able to do so. And we are going to dive into some healing this evening. And as you know, I am Coach Fee, and we will be starting in just a minute. So if possible, make sure that you share this on your page because I guarantee you will. Make sure you have your pens and your paper available as well. You will need that because I will be dropping some nuggets on you. So make sure that you do that. So thank you to those who are already on, and I know there will be some more people coming. Thank you for jumping on and giving me some of your time this evening. I want to make sure that you have your pens and your papers ready, or your notepads on your phones if that is easiest for you, or if you have to go back and watch this again, please do so. But I promise you, it is going to be amazing. But before we get started, I want to take a moment and highlight a powerful woman doing some impactful work. And she is another life coach. So let me pull up her information. She is another life coach in the industry, and her name is Rosalind N. Thompson, and she is the author of Write to Heal. That is Write, WRITE, to Heal, a guided reflection and healing journal, and turn your pain into purpose through writing. And so she has a wonderful journal that I want to make sure that people know about. So make sure that you see the link in the comments if you want to order her book. If you want to order her journal, her guided journal, the link is in the comments. Coach Roz, she's an author, she's a life coach. and she is the founder of Right to Heal. And she said, I read a piece where she said, I wrote this, I created this right to heal from a real place, from a place of pain, healing, and growth. And it's more than a brand, it's a safe space where individuals can release their unspoken thoughts, reflect on life experiences, and begin turning their pain into purpose through writing. So I encourage you to uh, go to the link and get you a copy of her journal. This is what it's all about, right? Turning your pain into purpose, and that's what we are going to do. That's what we do with healing. But this evening, I am going to speak on um, healing the inner child. As I did a couple years ago, I did a healthcare seminar on healing the inner child. So that is what we are going to jump into this evening. Um, so get your pens and your paper ready. Like, this really touches me in a spot because of the healing journey, right? We have to now shift into healing us as a person, right? So I want you to lock in. I want you to really sit with this. So make sure that you, again, share this on your page, get your friends, get your family, and whoever else is with you, have them sit with you. And I know this is early in the day, but this is early enough for people to get on and see what we have going on. But I want to talk to you. I want you to really sit with this. Okay, so make sure that you are in a space where you can listen to this and even comment. Okay. Um, and let me reintroduce myself. I am Coach Fee, Dr. Sophia Overton. I am a nationally certified life coach, author, and motivational speaker. And we are going to go live this evening and talk about some really deep healing stuff. So get your pens and paper ready. I am the author of 75 Self Reset, and you can find that on Amazon also. Um, so let's get started. So I really want you to sit with what I'm about to say. Some of the ways you are showing up for yourself in that you are showing up in your life right now are not personality traits. Let me repeat that. Some of the ways that you are showing up in your life right now are not personality traits. They are learned responses. And you may not remember every moment, but your body does. Your nervous system does. That feeling that you get when somebody raises their voice, that need to fix everything, that urge to keep the peace at your own expense, that's not random. That's memory without the words. And it's still trying to protect you, even when you're no longer in danger. So, trauma is not always what happened to you, it's what you had to carry without support. It's not being emotionally seen. It's not feeling safe to express yourself. It's having to earn love instead of receiving it. Okay? It's being the strong one too early. It's being the quiet one to avoid conflict. The perfect one to be accepted. And when a child learns that, they don't stop just because they grow up. They just get older with the same survival strategies. Think about that. The same survival strategies. So, if those are the things that you experienced as a child, those are survival strategies. Okay? And you want to look at, when did you first feel that pain or that anxiousness or when did you first remember that you felt that? And that is the age that you stopped growing. You didn't stop growing to be an adult, as in age wise, but that is where you emotionally stopped growing. So then you became the adult with those same hurts, those same anxiousness, that same feeling of, I'm not loved, I'm not seen, I'm not heard. Okay? So, like I said, those things don't stop because you're a child and you grow up. They just get older with the same, you just get older and you become in survival mode. So now let's talk about how this shows up. This is where it gets good. How does this show up? How does the not being emotionally seen show up? How does not feeling safe to express yourself show up? How does not having to earn love instead of receiving it show up? It's being, how does I just have to be the strong one too early? How does that show up? How does I have to be quiet to avoid conflict? How does that show up? How does the perfect one to be accepted? How does that show up? Okay? Because those are the things that were ingrained and learned as a child. How does that show up? As the adult, how did that show up? So it showed up as people pleasing. You're not just nice, you learn that love and connection came at the cost of you. Mm-hmm. You learn that love and connection came at the cost of you. Yes, say that. And then feel drained, resentful, and unseen. You feel that. You feel the draining. You feel the resentful. You feel unseen. The other way it shows up is emotional numbing. You're not cold. You learn that feeling every time was too much to hold. Everything was too much to hold. You don't react. You don't cry. You don't even celebrate wins like you should, no matter how big or how small they are. You you you're cold. Fear of abandonment. That's another way that it shows up. You're not too much. You're just trying to feel secure in a place that once felt unstable. You overthink the tone change, the late replies, the energy shifts. You're overthinking it, right? The hyper independence. You're not just strong, you learned nobody was coming. you'll struggle in silence before you ask for help. Perfectionism. You're not just driven, you were taught that your worth was tied to your performance. hmm That aha moment. You win and you still don't feel like it's enough. Okay? Over apologizing. You're not too nice. You were trained to shrink. You say, I'm sorry for speaking, asking, existing. Self doubt. You don't lack confidence. You were taught not to trust yourself. You second guess decisions, even when you know you're right. And the problem is, you built a life around these patterns. So now it feels like this is who I am. The truth, and I need you to hear me clearly. Okay? I need you to hear me clearly. Those are not flaws, those are adaptations. You did exactly what you needed to do to survive what you were in. But, but, what protected you then is now limiting you. Let me say that again. What protected you then is now limiting you. That same thing that kept you safe is now disrupting your peace. It's disrupting your relationships. It's disrupting your growth. Okay? This is why you can be loved and still feel unsafe. This is why you give everything and still feel empty. This is why you look like you have it all together, both inside, but you're exhausted. And if you're a parent, slow down, okay? Your child is not hearing your words, they're learning your patterns. They're not hearing your words, they're learning your patterns. They're watching how you handle stress. They're watching how you handle conflict. They're watching how you treat yourself. And this isn't about blaming you, and it's not about blaming your parents, right? Because they were probably operating from what they learned too, right? Think about it. This is not about shaming yourself. This is about awareness. Because once you become aware, you now have power. And now, what do? You can choose differently. Healing is not pretty, it's intentional. It looks like saying no and sitting in the guilt without changing your answer. Because most time when you say no, you feel guilty for saying no. It's feeling your emotions instead of avoiding them. It's letting people support you even when it feels uncomfortable. It's not over explaining yourself to be understood. Healing looks like choosing you. Healing looks like choosing you. Even when the old version feels you're doing it wrong or makes you feel wrong for doing it. And so let me tell you this, that discomfort for you that you feel, that's not danger, that's growth. Okay? I need you to hear me. You are not broken. You are patterned. And anything that was learned can be unlearned. But it requires you to stop performing and start paying attention to yourself. It requires you to pause before you speak and think about your reaction before you react. It causes you, it's time for you to show up for you and eliminate the trauma, eliminate the anxiety, eliminate the hurt, it is time for you to say, I'm aware of what needs to happen. I am a cycle breaker. Okay? If this is resonating with you, please let me know. Put some comments or hit the likes or whatever this is. But I need to know that you understand that healing starts with you and you have options. This isn't about how someone else feels about you becoming intentional about your self care, about your healing. Okay? Because over here, we don't just survive. We become intentional, we become aware, we become phenomenally whole. We become phenomenally whole. Let me say that again. We we don't play that over here. We don't just survive. Okay? We become intentional. We start doing the work. We become aware of our emotions. We become aware of our triggers. We become aware of all the things that make us feel uncomfortable. And we do not judge ourselves for becoming aware and seeing how we lacked for showing up for ourselves. We do not judge ourselves for that. The world judges us enough. We do not judge ourselves. But what we do become is intentional. What we do become is aware. What we do become is phenomenally whole. And that looks like paying attention to yourself and you being able to prosper and you being able to be healthy and you being able to be educated and empowered by all the things that you are able to heal from yourself. So this version, it's going to hit you emotionally. It's going to show up and you're going to be like, what in the world? Because you are going to start showing up for yourself. You're not trying, and don't say try. You are doing, you are going to do the work to show up for you. It requires you to show up. It requires you to stop performing. It requires you to start paying attention. Because not only are you healing yourself, but you now are going to start healing the children in your life, the people in your life, by showing up for yourself. Not because you're going to heal whatever they have going on, but because you are going to heal you. So when you start healing you and you start showing up for you is then when you start building those boundaries and you start seeing that the people around you are either going to drop off or they're going to draw near. And when they draw near, they respect you, they respect the boundary, they respect your healing, and then they start to heal the things that they need to heal because then you become what they want to be. They want to be healed, they want to be whole, they want to be phenomenally whole. So it is up to you to start healing yourself. It is up to you to start showing up for you, not for everyone else. It is up to you. Okay? It is up to you. You are not broken. You are patterned. And everything that you learn can be unlearned. But like I said, it requires you to show up for you. Okay? So I hope that this has given you, and I know this was deep. I know people are like, what in the world is going on tonight? And I hope that you were able to hear me clearly. However, I need you to show up for you. Okay? You have to show up for you. That is so important. You have to show up for you like nobody else is going to show up for you. And healing starts with you putting down the act of I'm okay. And it is okay to not be okay. Okay? So, with that being said, listen, if this spoke to you, I want you to put in the comments aware. If you are ready to break cycles, I want you to put in the comments cycle breakers. Because again, like I said, over here, we are not just surviving, we become intentional, we become aware, we become phenomenally whole. Okay? That is what we become. That's it. We are going to dive into healing. This is not for play. This is for real, right? Because we can, and you know, the thing is, self-care has become the buzzword for the last few years. That's what it's become. But we're not buzzing words. We are healing ourselves. Okay? And I have always been about making sure we do the inside work, that we can become prosperous. And prosperity isn't just about finances. It's about being prosperous in our thinking, being prosperous in our health, being prosperous in our education. And education doesn't always mean degree. Education is we live life every day, and every day is the classroom. So making sure that you are being prosperous in your classroom and everything that you learn, right? And feeling empowered by everything that you have going on with you, feeling empowered that you healed yourself, that you can walk whole, phenomenally whole. Okay? So, again, if this resonated with you, share this on your page. Go back and listen to it again. If you missed anything, if you are just now tuning in, you missed some great stuff. So go back and watch this again. But understand this. I want you to walk away and I want you to be whole. I want you to be phenomenally whole. And I want you to be healed. That is the most important. Stop acting and pretending and being something for everyone else and be who you need to be for you. And go back to the where you first felt that and heal that child. That is so important. Do the work. It is so important for you to do the work. Okay? All right, with that being said, I'm super glad that you guys had the opportunity to view this and be on live with me today. And we are going to be back next week again, same time, same place, 5:30 on Thursday. And have your pen and papers ready. If you have, we are featuring authors and artists. So if you have authors or artists that you would like to be seen or want to get their information out to people that can see this live or anyone else, make sure you send that message to me so that I can feature them in our Thursdays with phenomenally being with philosophy of self-care with Coach Fee. Okay? Be well, be phenomenal. Have an amazing day.